I've known Beverly for, about 30, 35 years. So we've known each other a really long time. And so what can I tell you about Beverly? Well, Beverly is a product of the Memphis City Schools. She graduated from Melrose High School, and there are many things that Beverly loves in life. And Melrose High School is one of those schools that she loves dearly. She also loves her family. She is the mother of 3, and she loves her husband, Howard Robertson Jr. What else can I tell you about Beverly? So Beverly is a graduate of the University of Memphis, and she has also done other had other school opportunities as well after graduating from the University of Memphis. But probably one of the things that all of us know about Beverly is she was the president of the National Civil Rights Museum and did just an awesome job serving as the president of the Civil Rights Museum. There are so many things that she's done for the city of Memphis. So, when I said, what else can I tell you about Beverly? And I remember going to Beverly's retirement party last year at the Civil Rights Museum. And so I pulled the program, and I saved this. This is part of my archives. I saved this on Beverly. And so what is it like to be Beverly Robertson? So in her own words, and I quote, "To be Beverly is to be what someone once called me an iconologist. It's what you can't measure. It's what you might not understand. It's a personality that sometimes is bigger than life and sometimes more pensive than many think I am. So I guess I'm a ball of contradictions in so many ways. And the thing I will say about me is, whatever project I decide to undertake, I do it with not 100%, but 300% energy, and I know that. I've been a part of some of those. Enthusiasm, verve, and zest. I do it in many ways that tend to engage other people, excite other people, inspire other people. So I'm all of that and not a bag of chips. At the end of the day, I'm just me, plain old, down to earth, Beverly Robertson," end quote. And I can say that truly, that Beverly is just Beverly Robertson. Beverly has, she has touched the hands of so many people, so many famous people, but Beverly is just Beverly Robertson. Let me introduce to you our speaker, Beverly Cato Robertson.
I really appreciate that introduction, Jewel. But I have to tell you, earlier this week, she asked me, or maybe it was last week, she asked me if I would send her a copy of my bio. And I never sent it. Never sent it. Because I just thought she knows enough about me if she just got up here and said, "Here's Beverly." That would have been fine with me. That would have been fine with me. But it is a special privilege to just be here today. This, for many of you may know, has been quite a challenging year for my family. But hopefully we're on the other side of that challenge. And I owe such a big debt of gratitude to all of you for the tremendous outpouring of support and love that you have demonstrated. And I didn't want to wait till the next meeting to be able to say it. So I'm saying to you now, thank you. And I truly do appreciate everything each of you has done to really make our life a little bit easier as we have, sort of been transported through lots of different emotions in the passing of our loved ones. So good afternoon to the Lynx Academy.
Good afternoon.
Look, they're wondering, who is the Lynx Academy? want to take a minute, ladies, and you all who will have your backs to me, just turn your chairs around just a little bit, because I really want to talk to you this evening. Turn your chair around so you won't have to crane your neck, okay? You know, first of all, I'd like to congratulate all of the program participants for their perseverance and their dedication to this inaugural academy. I'd also like for all the parents and the friends who have joined us today, if you're a sponsor or a parent, I need for you to stand so the links can thank you for your involvement. Stand, parents, stand. Thank you. Thank you for loaning us your children for just a short period of time. And I want to ask the girls, did you learn something? Yes. Did you have fun? Yes. Yes. Well, then it was all worthwhile. I do want to extend my appreciation to Link Gail for her vision, to the co-chairs of this initiative, Miska and Angela, obviously the Luncheon co-chairs, Elizabeth and Jewel. And as I was looking at all this beautiful documentation, did anybody see this? Yes. I saw it too. For all the documentation, the logos, the video, I think we ought to thank Gladys. So I'm going to call her name. Gladys. Yes. She has worked tirelessly to put together beautiful documentation to ensure that we never forget the launch of this significant initiative in our chapter. Now, during the course of the academy work, you all have spent a lot of time learning about careers. And that is important because you're getting ready in a couple of years, 3 years or so, to go to college or to move on to some other opportunity. Now, what is important about what we have done is there are professions that we have today that won't exist tomorrow. So in order for you to understand a specific direction that you should pursue, you need to know what careers will be growing 5, 10, 20 years from now, because you're going to be in the marketplace 20 years from now. So as I looked at what we had said, and then I did a little research on the hottest careers that are growing in the future. And guess what? The ones that we talked about are aligned with the hottest careers that are growing in the future. But there are some more that are added to that, like alternative energy. It's going to be huge in the future. So, Gail, you don't have to worry about your job right now. But now, soon you might, because there'll be alternative energy sources out here, and everybody's investigating that, and that's a hot new thing. So keep that in mind, young ladies, alternative energy. The other thing that is hot is international law, because they need lawyers who are multilingual, bilingual, who can really understand tax codes, ethics internationally. The other thing they need is content creation. Everybody's got a phone. Everybody's building content. Content creation is going to be a hot area. We didn't talk about it, but we certainly can. Marketing is always going to be hot. Communication and financial analysis. And if we didn't cover those this year, maybe we can cover those in the next year of our sessions, because I think that's going to be important. You know, it's really great to see such strong, bright women. And I think it is incumbent on us for us to teach them and help them to understand what are the areas in which they need to grow. You know, I thought about a story I had heard years ago, and it was about a woman who was in her kitchen one day, and she noticed that there was water on her floor. So as she opened the cabinet door, she saw that her pipes were leaking in her kitchen. So she picked up her phone and she called her trusted plumber. And she said, I need for you to come immediately, my pipes are leaking. So he came, brought his hammer, tapped 1 or 2 times, left. 2 weeks later, she got a bill for $1,000. The more she looked at that bill, the madder she got. She picked up the phone, called the plumber, and she said, "Plumber, I called you 2 weeks ago. You came to my house. You brought a hammer. You hit 1 or 2 times with the hammer, and then you billed me $4,000. What's up with that?" Silence. He said nothing for a few minutes. And then he said, "For tapping with the hammer, $1. For knowing where to tap, $999. So the point is, and let me connect this, young people have to know where to tap to have a successful career in the future. Where what used to be successful may not be successful anymore. So know where to tap. And that's exactly what this academy has done. It has given them information that allows them to know where to tap. So, since we talked about careers, I want to talk about something a little different. I want to talk about the ingredients for success. The ingredients for success. Now, the first one, dream big. Dream big. Now, big things mean different things to different people. I want you to have some grandiose ideas for your future success. Do not place limitations on what you can accomplish because someone else places limitations on you. Don't place limitations on yourself because someone else places limitations on you. Dream in an unrestricted way. Dream in an uninhibited way. Anyone can think small, but you should think big. Think big and then assume the responsibility to accomplish your dreams. A friend and a classmate of my brother-in-law, Ray, used to come over and play with him years ago. Howard was much older, and he would just, jive and mess with this kid. So one day this kid told Howard, "You know what? One day I'm going to be an actor and a comedian. And you're going to be telling people you know me." Howard quipped back, "You are already a comedian now because you fat and funny looking." Well, they both laughed it off. So fast forward, we were watching The Color Purple about 4 or 5 years ago. And lo and behold, there was that little fat kid from deep South Memphis who said he would be an actor and a comedian. He was playing the role of Harpo in The Color Purple. Now that is the truth. He was playing the role of Harpo. He dreamt big. And then he set about accomplishing those dreams. So that's what I mean by dream big. Yes, he had become an actor and a comedian. So now we know that big dreams do come true. So as you think about your dreams, because you're dreaming big, you're going to have plenty of skeptics along the way, but never surrender your dreams to them. Never leave them up to chance. Pursue your ambition with all the energy you have, and we know that it will be done. So what's the first one? What is it? Dream what? Big. What? Big. Dream big. You better write these down. You're going to have a test at the end of this. Dream big. I'm going to see how well your memories are. See, our memories are bad. But you've got great memory. The second one. Dream your own dreams. Dream your own dreams. So in addition to dreaming big, I need for you to dream your own dreams. Now, often in life, others may have a dream for you that may not align with yours. And mamas and daddies, we know we can give them some dreams now. In some instances, a mother or a father may want you to take a certain path, and maybe they were pursuing that path, but somehow life happened, and they didn't accomplish their dreams. But they want to live what I would call vicariously through you. They want to live vicariously through you. Please don't try to live up to someone else's dreams if that is not your dream. Live up to your own dreams. I talked to Link's sister, Cassandra Webster, the other day. And one of the things Cassandra said to me is, my daughter just graduated from undergraduate school. She has gotten accepted in Fordham University in New York. She's getting ready to pursue law school. But, Beverly, guess what? Over the Thanksgiving holiday, she came to me and she said, Mama, I don't think I'm going to law school. She said, in sex. So Cassandra said, well, what are you going to do? She said, well, Mama, I want to get a master's in vocal music. And you know what her mama said? Do it. She said, that's your life. It's not my life. I can't live your life for you. You got to live your life for yourself. So she said, if that's what you want to do, then I am all for it. But tell me this. Why did you want to pursue law school? And here's what she said. I wanted to pursue it because I knew that's what my grandparents wanted me to do. They wanted me to be a lawyer. And I didn't want to disappoint them. So the lesson in that is pursue the dreams you are passionate about. If you do that, you will be happier and probably much more successful. Probably much more successful. So the first one is what? Dream. The second one is? Dream your own dreams. Third, make wise choices. Woo!
Yes.
What?
Yes. Yes.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Make wise choices. So the choices that you make today can impact your outcomes tremendously tomorrow. The choices may involve the people with whom you choose to associate. They may involve the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. They may involve what you do. Your choices can either lead you to success or confine you to a life of struggle. Lead you to success or confine you to a life of struggle. So as you begin to interview for college admissions or for any job, please understand that the opinions of others do matter. Sometimes I talk to young people who say, well, I'm trying to be me. I just want to keep it real. Well, that's fine if you got a company and you work for yourself. Be real and keep it real and wear what you want to and look like you want to, and you will have nothing initially. But I'm just saying, understand that other people's opinions do matter when you're looking to get a job. And I also reminded them when I was in the session on communication that it only takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and what? 7. It only takes 7 seconds to do what? To make it impressive. Oh, they learned something. It only takes 7 seconds for somebody to size you up, shake you down, and sort you out. It only takes 7 short seconds. And you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And once somebody makes an impression, has an impression of you, it's hard to get them to change it. Almost impossible to get them to change it. So, you should also mind your actions even around folks that you don't know. Because you don't know where you might see those people again. And a lot of times when you cut up in front of people, and I know I'm not present company excluded, but I know there are young people who do act up and end up sitting before somebody who has to make a decision about them. Watch how you represent yourself and represent yourself always well. People see you before they know who you are and before you open your mouth. So watch your package. How do you look? How do you dress? Am I together? And I told them at the session, I said, one of my bosses used to say to me, dress for the job you want and not for the one you got. And she reminded me that packaging is everything. What you look like all the way from head to toe is helping someone to shape an impression of who you are. And please watch your phone etiquette, ladies. Avoid talking on the cell phone with the speaker on so everyone can hear your conversation. Who does that? There are people who do. Watch when you're talking loud on the phone and you're in a closed place. And this is for adults too now. I'm not just talking to young people now. I think we have to do that too. Watch what you say and how you say it. The Bible says the power of life and death is in the tongue. How we talk to people makes a difference. It can kill and it can save. Kill or heal, based on how we say what we say. And today, young people are confronted with a lot of bullying. And when I did some research on the Center for Disease Control, it indicates that 1 out of 4 students are bullied. They're bullied. That's a problem. And when you see it, young ladies, report it, don't support it. Report it, don't support it. Don't run to somebody who's bullying and join in. Let me help. No. That would not be appropriate. But sometimes we do that. So just watch how you react when you're faced with certain situations. Most importantly, choose your friends carefully. Everyone that smiles at you is not your friend. Everything that glitters is not gold. Don't go along to get along. Because sometimes we do. Don't worry about what your peers think about you when you are in the right. Choose your own path. And when you do, it may not be the one that results in great popularity, but guess what? What's popular is not always right, and what's right is not always popular. No, what's right? Yeah, that's right. Right. What's popular isn't always right, and what's right isn't always popular. That is correct. Establish your own code of conduct and live by it every day. Number 4. Okay, so what are the 3 again? Let's see. Make wise choices. All right. You were slow on number 3. Make wise choices now. Don't forget about that. Number 4. Don't lower your aims for others' gain. Don't lower your aim for others' gain. Don't dumb it down to be down. Don't dumb it down to be down. Now let me tell you what I mean. In other words, sometimes you think you have to change your actions just to fit in. Never sacrifice your grades for your best friend. Don't sacrifice your values for your boyfriend. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And a great example of that is Jay-Z. I'm gonna tell you a story about Jay-Z. You don't know what the story's gonna be, do you? Well, before I get to Jay-Z, I just want you to understand something about things that have changed over time. For instance, how many of you have ever worn pajamas to the grocery store with house shoes? I know you're not gonna raise your hand now. But what I want to know is, when did that become appropriate to wear pajamas outside the house? And I see adults in the store with pajama bottoms on. And the first thing I think about is, did they get up and wash up? I mean, that's just what I think about. When did it become appropriate to wear pajamas outside of the house? I don't know, but it certainly has. And for heaven's sake, now this is something that only young people are going to be able to wear too. For heaven's sake, don't be ratchet. Don't be ratchet. Now, ratchet is in the Urban Dictionary. And it's defined, I'm going to tell you what it is. Ratchet in the Urban Dictionary is defined as a person, mostly from urban cities and neighborhoods, who act ghetto. It's a person who acts ghetto. And here are a few words you can tell if someone is ratchet. Let me get some ways. I'm going to tell you how you know somebody ratchet. Well, you know you are ratchet if you are blaring anything from 2 Chainz, Nicki Minaj, Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka, Lil Wayne, and other rappers of that genre. You want to hear those names again? Huh? She said she ratchet. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, so look, you know you're ratchet if you're blaring anything from 2 Chainz. I don't know half these people. Nicki Minaj, Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka, and Lil Wayne. All right. You got that down? You know you are ratchet if you wear a bad weave that you dyed green, pink, and blue. You're ratchet. You're ratchet. Okay? Now, I got one more. You know you're ratchet if you get relationship advice from Love and Hip Hop. You know you're ratchet. Ratchet. Okay. So instead of dumbing down your actions, elevate. Bring people up to your level. Don't go down to theirs. Okay? Okay, so let me go back. I got to review. Number 1.
Dream big.
Number 2. 3. 4. Don't what? Don't be ratchet. Okay, don't lower your aim for others' gain. 4. We only have one more. Expect obstacles, but overcome them. Expect obstacles, but overcome them. Now, your journey from here to your future will not always be smooth sailing. It will be rocky with plenty of twists and turns. You may even encounter some potholes and speed bumps along the way. It's possible that you may even detour a time or two before you get back on course. But the point is, get back on course. Identify the mistakes you made, document them, and define the lessons learned. Someone once told me that you can learn more from your mistakes and your successes. And T.D. Jakes says, a setback is often a setup for a comeback. A setback is often a setup for a comeback. So setbacks are okay. Just get beyond them. Now, a great example of that, I know, Rose, is Jay-Z.
I'm waiting on Jay-Z.
I was coming back to Jay-Z. So let me tell you what I mean by that. From an early age, Jay-Z had a knack for rhythm. But his meteoric rise to stardom didn't happen overnight. He was faced with several roadblocks, and we're talking about obstacles now, along his ultimate path to success. In 1995, when he tried tirelessly to get a record deal, not a single label was signing, not one. So Jay-Z established his own record company, Rockefeller Records, and he did it in partnership with Damon Dash and Kareem Biggs. Then he worked to strike a distribution deal, because you can have an album, but if you have no distribution, it doesn't amount to anything. So he worked a long time to try to get a distribution deal. He pounded the pavement, went from door to door, and it wasn't happening for him. But finally, he successfully negotiated a contract with Priority. He released his debut, his first album, Reasonable Doubt, and it eventually went platinum. Now, Jay-Z grew up in extreme poverty in Brooklyn, New York. He faced many failures and obstacles and roadblocks in his life, but he never gave up. No matter what happened to him, no matter what failures he faced, he pushed through, growing as a person and maturing to become a better individual. And you can too. You have taken the very first step in that direction by completing the Links to Academy program. And now you have the recipe to success. So let us review. This is my teacher. Let us review. The first one is? Dream big. Second one? Dream out, dream. Third one? Fourth? Don't lower your aim for other people. And 5? Expect and overcome obstacles. Give me that again. Expect and overcome. What is it? Expect and overcome obstacles. Okay, all right. So if you do all of that with what we taught you in Links to Success and what you gained today, because now you have the ingredients that will get you there, you can certainly make it. You are great, young ladies. You're destined for success. These are some of the most important years of your life, and you'll never be able to get them back. Appreciate them. You are already on your way. Keep going forward, because guess what? This world is waiting for you. This world is waiting for you. Thank you very much.